HIRAKUD Dam can be considered as the first modern temple dedicated towards the overall development of the country in the post-independence scenario. Perhaps eminent engineer Sri M. Visveswara could visualize such a magnificent movement after the devastating flood of 1937. A proposal to that extent was recommended by the Flood Advisory Committee for the period 1938 to 42, and considering the importance and usefulness of the proposal, the proposal was accepted in the year 1945 Flood Conference under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of the modern India. The proposal had three important structures across the Mahanadi with HIRAKUD Reservoir at the head, Miraj Dam at the delta, and a storage reservoir in between near the famous Satakosya Gonda at Tikarpara. The HIRAKUD Dam project started with the foundation stone laying ceremony in the auspicious day of 15th March 1946 by His Excellency Sir Hawthorne Lewis, the then Governor of Orissa. But actual construction started on 12th April of that year, and the first batch concrete was laid by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister of India. Under the able leadership and technical guidance of the eminent engineer Thirumal Iyengar, the work was completed in 1957. Although the dam is considered of longest dam of the world with 15,478 feet with dikes of 32,275 feet and the reservoir being the longest artificial lake of Asia. The construction of work was completed within the span of 9 years. But the project could supply for irrigation from 1956 and hydropower generated from that year. The vastness of the project can be visualized from the cost of the project as rupees 100.02 crores at that time price level. The project was inaugurated by Pandit Nehru on 13th January 1957 and was dedicated to the nation. The main dam is constructed in 5 sections. Number 1, Machinery Power Dam, 948 feet, right concrete spillway, 1180 feet, earth dam on the island, 7,540 feet, left spillway concrete portion, 1,640 feet, earth dam on the left side, 4,440 feet. Maximum height of dam machinery, 200 feet. Maximum height of earth, 195 feet. Since commissioning in the year 1957, the reservoir is meeting its objectives like irrigation, flood control, and power generation satisfaction. Providing irrigation to CCA of 1,59,100 acre in Kharif and 1,08,385 acres in Rabi. managing flood at delta head by controlling discharge of spillway by limiting flow to 10 lakh causes. Up-to-date install capacity 331.5 megawatt. Average annual power generation is 956 million units. Although HIRAKUD is meeting its objectives satisfactorily, it has drawn special attention because of cracks detected in the right spillway and power dam portion. Minor cracks appearing during 1963 to 1973 were considered normal for a concrete dam, and cement grouting was done as when required. By 1974, horizontal cracks were observed in walls of operation gallery, sluice barrels, and around the gate shafts. Also, difficulties were experienced in operation of sluice gate due to snapping of bolts fixing the guide rails. Systematic investigation of cracks was taken up under guidance of Central Water Commission to evolve remedial measures. Depending detailed analysis of the problem, epoxy grouting of cracks from different exposed surface as recommended by CWC was carried out in 1975. Cracks were observed in left spillway since 1983. In 1981, the committee of experts headed by Dr. Y.K. Murthy, after examining the cracking pattern and other manifestations, made critical study on the possible causes of distress. After several field investigations, study, deliberations, and methods of experimentations of probable causes, the committee was of the view that thermal cracks were developed in the initial stages because of repeat rate of concrete placement. Seepage through these cracks, causing sufficient ingress of moisture, caused alkali-silica reaction, that is ASR, which have led to manifestation of distress. Cracks in upstream phase in some blocks of left spillway, block 9 to 11, were scanned through CCTV by Indian Navy in 1986. Messrs. FPCC Limited, Bombay, during 1989 in collaboration with ESBD, Holland, Messrs. FPCC Limited mapped the entire underwater cracks below RL 595 inch. The fine cracks are those whose width are less than 5 mm, and that of width cracks are plus 5 mm up to 10 mm. 95% of the cracks are fine cracks. The total cracks mapped by March 1999 is 27,137 mm. 12,475 meters underwater, 14,662 exposed surface, out of which 14,300 meters have been treated, 6,906 meters underwater, and 7,394 meters exposed surface. Various committees such as Committee of Experts in 1981, Standing Committee on Long-Term Surveillance in 1987, HIRAKUD Dam Cracks Review Panel in 1990, and Dam Safety Review Panel in 1991 were constituted to advise on the distress of HIRAKUD Dam and remedial measures taken accordingly. Attempt was made to seal the leakage through ABEE Engineering Corporation in 1992 and East Coast Diving Cutter in 1963 to 1994 were not successful. However, due to various attempts, the leakage came down to about 800 LMP. The size of cavity was found to be 6 cubic meter as per survey made during 1992. As per advice of Hirakud Dam Crack Review Panel in their 9th meeting in June 95, attempts was made to treat the cavities through a specialized agency, Trafalgar House Construction India Limited, who was engaged for sealing of cracks of Hirakud Dam in 1996. In the meantime, the underwater survey during 1998 through Cavenier Cementation India Limited, formerly THCIL, revealed that there are 27 numbers of cavities in left spillway with total volume 37.68 cubic meter and 4 numbers of cavities in right spillway with total volume 85.84 cubic meter. During treatment of cavities in 2002 to 2003, the size of cavities were found to increase in size. Recently, during their visit to Hirakud Dam, the Dam Safety Review Panel inspected the treated cavities and untreated cavities in left and right spillway through divers. The treatment done earlier was found to be holding good. In right spillway, the leakage through 39 F2 form drain has come down significantly to 114 liters per minute at FRL from pre-treatment figure of 1,300 liters per minute. The panel opined to make model study of the entry point of sluice barrels to ascertain the reasons for formation of cavities in front of sluice barrels. Although cracks in the dam is a matter of concern, there is no reason to be panicked. Minor cracks are common in the case of concrete dams. Moreover, timely action in the form of treatment of cavities has already yielded favorable results by reducing seepage loss significantly.